It has been months since a crab told me what happened down below. Even after everything you had seen and everything I had told you, nobody would listen. Now look where we've ended up. Gauntlight is more active than ever, terrorizing our home with monsters as soldiers from the east drag our people screaming into the depths under the leadership of the blind general and the sisters. We cannot get word out for help. We cannot get supplies in. Food and medicine are dwindling, and I cannot keep this old fishing camp concealed for much longer. We have to bring the fight to them. We must take the fight to Gauntlight.
So, when we last left off with our valiant heroes, we began the story with a couple of groups. So, you know how when you go to a summer camp and you get split off into groups, right? We did that here. So, our first group consisted of...
I've never heard of a group in my life. I think you need to explain what a group is.
Well, you see, a group is a collection of people, usually at minimum 3, but it can be more. In this case, these were groups of 4, consisting of a dark elf by the name of Bolero, a barbarian by the name of Finley, and then a just weird fucking gremlin dude named Dexter, who tried to eat a man's liver. That was his first line canonically.
He didn't try to eat it, he stole it, and then he tried to kick another man in the balls, but divine intervention deemed that if he had succeeded, he would have been too powerful for the universe to manage. So he stopped Dexter from kicking him in the balls, and he screamed, "Fuck!" and he ran.
That's right, the
I'm
God
so
of
glad
Balls.
we got that.
The God of Balls!
The God of Balls. That fucker, the
testiculus.
God of Balls.
Testiculus!
Testicles.
I don't get paid enough to be a part of this.
You don't
anyways.
get paid.
I know.
Anyways, yeah, for tax purposes, we do not get paid. Anyways, we tried to stop the execution of the mayor, and in fact, we succeeded. We rescued the mayor, killed a bunch of guards. It was really ugly. We barely escaped with our lives. Dexter he did get his ass kicked. He got his shit kicked in. And he almost died, but he didn't. And then we, along with the mayor, Davina, and the mayor's daughter, fled north towards Gauntlight.
Yeah. That is in fact the truth. And as this is happening, the other groups are working on getting into place. So, back to that original meeting, after Rin explained the general idea of what's happening to everyone.
What a group is.
And what a group is. Kileno points at Tanya, Wallace, and Mitch. The 3 of you, you're with me. Come on. He leads you 3 outside, where a large number of rowboats are overturned on the sand. Alright, I'll explain when we get to turning these over. And so as you get to turning them over, Kileno, who I'll just give you a little reminder. This is Kileno. the owner of the Otari market. All right, so our job is food. We're getting ready for a siege, right? So we got to make sure we've got food. Yinus Mera, leader of the Osprey Club, she's left us a drop at the Crooksnook, their little pub. So our job, get in there and get the drop. All right?
Indeed. And what of any civilians, if they were left in the town, by the tavern, by the Crookstock?
There shouldn't be. At this point, hopefully, we won't have to worry about much of anything.
I surely hope so.
As do I. I'm not much of a fighter myself, so won't go too well if we get into too much of a tussle.
Nonetheless, I will protect you.
And why don't you describe yourself, Wallace?
So, the image that you're seeing on screen actually doesn't really do Wallace justice, primarily because Hero Forge didn't really have what I had in mind. But that's sort of the general vibe that you're seeing here. Just a big, orcish knight clad in glistening armor and a big-ass tower shield in one of his hands. And this particular tower shield is actually a door, like part of a like one half of a cathedral door. And as you look around the rest of them, you notice lots of like little doors on his armor. Like the way that he gets into his armor is actually like opening up a door. And then he steps inside. His helmet is a door that opens up to reveal his face.
I love this.
He also has big ass tusks with doorknobs on the ends of them.
I love this so much. All right. And I guess why don't we describe Mitch then, as well as Wallace has done all the talking.
Man,
This is
that is
Mitch.
a lot of doors. That is Mitch. So
He looks
Mitch
like he
is
has
a
sad uwu puppy dog energy.
that was what I was going for. No, the expression on his face is that of sort of a oh shit, I fucked
reaction.
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Is he on a delay or
What's on a delay?
You.
Hello? Why am I on a delay?
I can't tell if you're fucking around. You're like
Yeah,
a
I don't
solid,
know.
like, 30
What do you
seconds
mean if I'm
behind
fucking
us.
around? 30 seconds behind
It's
you?
like
That
actually a
doesn't make
little
any
alarming.
sense.
Okay, Jacob.
You're
Jacob,
totally fucking around.
Yeah,
Jacob,
Colby,
I'm
what
going to
is
say
it?
potato. As soon as you hear it, say potato, okay? All right, potato.
Tomato.
Brother,
This can't be real.
There's-
This can't be real.
there's 5 whole seconds of delay.
Oh, I know. I'm totally fucking with you.
Oh my.
Oh my
fucking
god.
God.
I hate you so
Crucified.
much.
Now!
you showed up 12 minutes late and you start fucking around?
I hate you
Fool.
so much.
Listen,
Describe
initially it
your
wasn't a
fucking
joke,
character.
but when you said, initially it wasn't a joke, okay? But when you said, "Oh, he's definitely fucking with us," I was like, okay, well now I have to, like, just legally I have to. So, anyways, to describe Mitch, Mitch is a pretty plain-looking dude. He's wearing a cloak. You don't really know what that's about. You don't, you know, he just kind of... I fucking can't. Okay, he's wearing a hood. Why is he wearing a hood? I don't know. But he seems to... He seems to have forgotten his shoes, and that was not intentional. Like, he just forgot his shoes. He forgot his socks and his shoes as he was leaving. So that's just kind of him. But he's plain looking dude. Just kind of has this expression on his face as if he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he's sure gonna act like he does know what he's doing.
Well, that's good. All right then. And Tanya, why don't you describe yourself?
Oh my fucking god.
You see a very small, strangely shiny and ceramic-looking person. She has a nice little... Well, it would be well-groomed if it wasn't made of ceramic. A nice little goatee and mustache. A pointy little gnome's cap. She's carrying a sharpened trowel, with which you think she might disembowel her enemies, and a little flower pot, the purpose of which you're not entirely sure of, but don't want to find out.
All right then. That is all three of your characters for this little group. And so, unless anyone else has any questions or anything they want to say before starting the mission.
So, are we taking these boats up the river to get the drop and then go up to Gauntlight?
Sort of. So we're gonna have to get out of the boats while the rest of them go up, continuing north. And we're gonna get our objective done. Yin says everything we need should be in the Crooksnook. So, assuming she was telling the truth, which I don't know why she wouldn't, then we get out the boat, we get into the Crooksnook, we get the drop, and we move on.
Okay. Tanya has to kind of struggle to get into the boat because she's smaller than the average person, but she gets in.
All right. Yeah, and as the three of you get yourselves into the boat and get yourselves ready, the rest of the groups all file out. Before you know it, you're all rowing towards Otari. Takes you another solid hour and a half before you see Otari in the distance. The lights. And, it's a very silent trip. All you can really hear is the sloshing of oars, the occasional cough. As this group of maybe, including yourselves, maybe 20 people, is making their way towards the mouth of the river. And as you get closer, you can hear quite a commotion coming from town. Quite a bit of shouting. You don't hear any weapons clashing or anything like that, but definitely a good bit of noise. And
wait, who just disconnected?
Nobody.
What?
Nobody disconnected.
We're all still here.
Oh, somebody just disconnected.
No, they didn't.
And then
Was it
reconnected
you?
immediately. It wasn't me.
Nobody disconnected.
I thought it was Cameron because he briefly. Oh, maybe it was me. Okay, well.
Okay.
I don't know how that happened.
Okay. All right.
Continue.
So, as you get closer, Kileno starts to shift your direction towards the shore. As you approach the bridge over the river. The rest of the boats just move up along the river, except for two, which just have a couple of random commoners in them, which seem to park themselves under the bridge, and out of sight. As your boat makes it to shore, Kileno motions for you all to get out and to stay quiet. And as you get out, you do see there are a number of guards around. Not a whole ton, actually. You only see like 2 in this general area, which is way less than you'd expect. So even with all of the clanking of Wallace's armor, you're able to sneak past them fairly easily.
It sounds like a bunch of very creaky hinges.
You actually hear one of the guards say, I guess the docks are real creaky tonight. Shut up! And they just sort of wander off, smoke some tobacco or something. I don't know.
You know, the things guards do.
Yeah. So, Kileno leads you up to the bridge. And you can see there are actually a number of guards in front of the Crook's Nook. Kileno looks up at the sky. We should be clear now. This isn't good. We might need to deal with these 2 ourselves.
If it must be done, then we will do it.
Whatever you say.
At this point, you hear the clash of weapons from over in the town square. The guards look up, start to run over. Well then, never mind, I guess we're clear. And before you know it, you hear a boom! Massive explosion. And just a massive crowd of guards just streams past you over the bridge. I need you all to make stealth checks.
Don't you roll our stuff?
I'm having you do it this time because I feel
Okay.
like having you be
Stealth
involved.
checks.
That's fair.
9.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
8. Oh dear.
What did you get, Mr.
Wait,
Perez?
hold on. I'm rolling. I got, if I can do math,
Jacob?
17.
So, as the rest of you start to hide, you see Tanya start to vault over the side of the bridge as if she's ready to go. But thankfully, you see this early enough that you're able to grab her and pull her back down. So the rest of these soldiers are able to run past and seemingly not notice you. And as they all pass, and you can hear quite the commotion as the clash of weapons is heard in the distance, Kileno says, "All right, we're ready to go now." And so
Tanya
you are
hesitates before starting to try and vault over the wall again.
for real this time. And so here you are, outside the Crook's Nook. The doors are in front of you.
Is that a window?
There is, in fact, a window that Tanya is now looking through, and it appears that inside, candles are lit. A few of the tables are set, but at the same time, a few of the tables have been completely destroyed, it seems.
Do I see anything that looks like the drop, or just...
Not in here.
It's not in the main room!
Hold on. Kileno approaches the door, takes out a key from his pocket, unlocks it, opens up the door. All right, get in there.
Onwards we go.
As Mitch stands outside awkwardly.
That's on brand.
Yeah, thank you. And Kileno locks the doors behind you. So, yeah, there definitely does appear to be quite a mess in here. It seems that somebody had a good time ransacking this area. Kileno goes behind the bar to the what you'd assume are the kitchen doors. Swings them open, stepping in. And Tanya, as you go in, you can see what appears to be some sort of a pot of stew that's still boiling in a cauldron. And what also appears to be an entire roast goose on a table. And you also see a number of sacks around the corners of the room. All right.
It occurs to me in this moment that I probably don't eat, so I'm probably not swayed by much of this.
Probably not. Right, those sacks. I think those are ours. I think Yin said there's 18 of them total. We don't necessarily need them all, but we should try to get as many as we can. Now we just need to get the drop port open. So we can actually, drop them.
Drop port.
Yin said it would be in the main room.
See anything that looks like a drop port?
Well, why don't you pick a d20 for me, 1 through 14?
Oh boy.
Let's
I
go with
refuse the
2.
question.
2, okay. Well, I wasn't asking you a question, so that's good. Alright.
Sure.
So, Tanya, as you sort of hop up over the bar, because you're very small, you see nothing in particular that looks like a port. However, you do feel like it's a little weird that there's only one rug in the room.
Where is the rug?
I don't know.
Oh,
it
it's
might
under the
be,
table?
Yeah, it might be the only
Okay.
rug in the room. As Tanya and Wallace
Honestly, I
hop
was
the bar.
distracted by the table shards. I guess I'm gonna start moving the table shards so that I can roll up the rug.
All right. As the two of
I
you
would
work
like-
together. Oh, yep.
I was gonna say I would like to help.
All right. As the two of you work together to move the shards and roll up the rug, it does appear that there is a hatch underneath, and as you move this, the remnants of this table, you actually can see a crane arm spring up into place. With a bucket on it.
Dear God.
And underneath, in the water below, you can see the boats that were waiting.
Okay. So we need to take, presumably, the bags of flour, or not flour, bags of supplies, attach them to the crane, lower them into the waiting boat.
Yes.
Okay.
And at this point, I'm going to have you all roll initiative.
Uh-oh.
Because the crane springing into
Yay!
place does make a bit of noise.
Yep.
The crane is making noise.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds
Like
like,
a
a
bird.
freaky ass
Mechanic.
crane. They need some grease for that. They need some oil to lubricate the crane.
Didn't you ever watch Kung Fu Panda? Crane is always saying some random bullshit.
That is true.
I-
Crane
Oh
do
my
be
God,
saying some
wait.
random shit.
Are the Kung Fu Panda animals like the different animals of like Kung Fu forms? Like tiger stance,
Yes.
snake stance?
I'm
Oh my
not
God.
acknowledging this conversation right now.
Yeah,
all right.
did you not?
So-
Wait, did you not know that? That's what
Okay.
they are.
We don't have time.
Okay,
Right.
we're
You
not
can do
we're
it
not
fine.
doing this.
It's a-
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Kobe, I will go into detail on this later.
All right. So, you would assume that you have a limited frame of time at this point before trouble starts to arrive. So, at the top of round 1, we have Mitch. What would you like to do with your 3 actions?
Mitch.
You currently, because
Isn't
it's
it?
really
So I
dark, you
can't
can
see
only
it.
see this one pile of sacks.
Okay. I'm gonna yell at the pile of sacks, I guess.
Oh my fucking god. Did you pay attention to what we were just discussing? This entire,
For
past 30 minutes?
for a good amount of it, but I am very tired.
Oh my god. What do you do with your 3 actions? You
I
yell at the sacks?
I yell at the sacks.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
Okay. I can feel your disdain.
Yeah, I'll also say, just in general for this campaign, I've decided that I'm going to stop helping you all,
That's
because frankly it was
25.
pissing me off. All right, Mitch just shrieks at these sacks, and you all look at him, sort of dumbfounded by his dumbassery.
Is it a loud screech?
Yeah, it's pretty damn loud. One could say it was a
It's
barbaric
more than a-
yawp of sorts. You have 2 actions remaining, Mitch. What do you want to do? The sacks don't appear intimidated by your bullshit.
So I'm gonna check out that chandelier that was making all
I
that
never
noise.
once mentioned a chandelier, but sure.
Oh, crane!
There-
A crane! A crane! A
Okay.
crane! A crane!
Go ahead and move
I-
yourself over to the crane then.
Cool. So I'll move myself over to the
A
crane.
note that the bar in the middle of this room is in fact a physical object.
Oh, okay. Can I just? I can't just.
You
jump
can vault
it.
over it, but it's difficult terrain, so it'll take double movement.
Okay, so I can really move up to here.
You might want to turn the ruler on for yourself. If you go into your settings, as you
I
should have
got
done
it.
last time.
I got it.
Clearly you don't, because
I can't do that.
because I still don't see your ruler. But whatever.
Oh, I mean, I can see my ruler.
Oh my god, we're not doing this.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just
Okay, I'm down here, and then I guess I'm gonna have to use my last move to go over to the thing. So that's 1, 10, 15, 20, 25.
okay. All right, then that's the end of Mitch's turn.
Yes.
Wallace, you're up.
All right.
You can see all 3 piles of sacks.
Okay, I'm going to begin by running over to this one over here,
Okay.
and I'm going to pick it up.
Okay. So there are currently 5 sacks. Each sack is 4 bulk.
Let's see. How much space do I have right now? So I can take... You said each sack is 4 bulk?
Yes.
All right, okay. I guess I'll take 1.
Okay. So you take 1 food sack. And you'd estimate that each of these sacks is probably enough food to feed at least 100 people.
Okay, alrighty.
So this is a lot of food.
Sweet, all right.
So that
Slightly
was 1
less
action
pressure.
move, 1 action to pick up the sack.
Yep, and then it's going to be another action to charge back over here.
Okay. Your speed is 10 feet. my
I thought it
good
was
sir.
20.
No, it's 10. I'm looking at 10 right now because you're encumbered.
Am I? Oh my god! I misread that. I misread how it worked. I thought that I had more space than I. Okay, yeah. So I was there. 5.
Remember,
5 feet.
diagonals cost extra.
Oh shit. Okay.
So first diagonal is 5 feet. Second diagonal is 10 feet. So you can do one diagonal and then a normal. There you go.
Okay, right there.
All right, that's your turn. Kileno is going to take an action to move over here. Kileno is going to take an action to pick up 2 of these sacks in this pile of 3. So Kileno is now quite encumbered, but he's going to then move over to here because it takes 1 action to pick up sacks in general, but you can pick up as many as you'd like in a single action. So that is Kileno's turn. Tanya.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Can these sacks be tossed?
If you're strong enough.
Why? I wanted it to do the tracking thing. No, not move me. Sorry.
Okay, so 2 stride actions.
Yep. And then I'm gonna say, I think that we should have a chain of getting the sacks out, so we're not just all running back and forth.
That's a good idea. Only problem is that, it's not anyone else's turn.
I know. I'm gonna. Can I go here and have him give me his sacks?
Not in one action.
Okay. I'm gonna go here and then I'll work on it next turn.
Okay, you step forward. Brings us around to the top of round 2. Okay. Mitch, you're up. Seems so far you're still undiscovered.
I am undiscovered.
All of you are.
Interesting.
Despite all of the noise.
Okay. So I've gathered that we're supposed to be picking up sacks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry.
Gathered
I'm really
that.
tired today. I've gathered that. I'm gonna inspect the crane. Is there like a thing that I can do with that?
Okay, go ahead and move over to the crane.
Sure. This is it over here. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
What are you inspecting the crane for?
Why it's making the noise?
It's not making any noise now. It made noise when it sprung up out of the floor.
I don't know. I'm gonna check what it's for.
Well, it appears that this is a mechanism that can be used to raise and lower objects.
The second that those words left my mouth, I was like, "Oh, that's kind of a dumb one, isn't
Little
it?"
bit.
Even for me.
Little bit.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna move over here now.
Okay.
Can I not move over here?
You
10, 15, 20, 25.
That would be 30 because of the bar.
Yeah, I can. So I'd move down here. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Please, sir, turn on the ruler in your settings. Configure settings. Elevation ruler. Use pathfinding. Use token ruler.
Just a second. just continue. I'll figure this out.
Okay. All right. So, Wally, you're up next.
All right. I'm going to use my first action to continue my way back. So that is 5, 10. Yep. Second action. Well, I could, in theory, toss this thing, right?
Yeah.
And what kind of check would that be to like try and get it in there?
In athletics, I would say.
Okay. And then is there a limit on how far I'm able to throw it? I guess what are the rules for throwing things?
I don't think there are rules for throwing things. So what we're gonna say is that you roll your athletics check, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
I'm gonna treat it like how I don't remember if this is how jumping is now or how it used to be, but where basically the result of your roll rounded down to the nearest 5 is how far you throw it.
Okay. And then my athletics. Okay, yeah, I'll make that check.
Okay.
32.
32. So
Holy
you
crap.
are able to, in fact, throw this sack all the way into the hole from the doorway.
Slam dunk,
and
baby.
you hear oh shit as splash, and then you just hear quietly, we got it, don't worry. So congratulations. Sorry. You have gotten that sack dealt with.
Epic. All right. Now I'm
You
gonna
have one action
turn
remaining.
right back around. So that's 5, 10.
All right, cool. That brings us now to Kileno, who's going to hand one of his sacks to Tanya. As an action, Tanya, do you accept the sack?
I will accept the sack, thank you.
All right. So you now have one. You are now encumbered as a result. Kileno is then going to 5, 10, 15, 20. Or 15, 20, 25. That's his movement. And then as his final action, he is going to toss the sack into the hole. So that's 2 sacks that have been dealt with. All right, that brings us now to Tanya.
Alright, I am going
Your movement is 10 feet.
Yep. I'm gonna try and toss this sack that I have to Mitch.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Hopefully I don't outright kill him, so...
That would be preferable. I'm actually going to say Mitch make a reflex save.
Okay, that's a 14, so it can go 10 feet.
Is Mitch going to make a reflex save?
Yeah, Mitch will make a reflex save.
Cool.
Here, reflex save. $13.
Great. You catch this sack of food that Tanya throws at you. And hey, look at that. You're not even encumbered because you didn't have any other fucking items.
He doesn't need items. He's a wizard, I think.
So there you go.
Yes.
Tanya, I believe you have 2 actions remaining.
2. Alright, I'm gonna go... down here. Down here.
Alright. You approach the largest pile of sacks, which appears to have 10 sacks in it.
10 sacks, you say?
Yes. And that is the end of your turn. That brings us around to the top of round 3. And before we get to Mitch, let me just, let me see. Okay, Mitch, you're up.
Okay, so I guess no, I didn't catch.
You did catch. You did.
I did
You
catch.
did. You currently are holding a big fucking sack of food.
Okay, I thought you said I dropped it.
Nope.
Jesus. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna bring it over to Keelano. I'm gonna hand it over to him.
Okay, you hand it to Kileno, who looks at you kind of funny, but takes the sack.
As I kind of nod at him and I walk away.
Okay, you have one action remaining then.
Yeah, I walk away.
Okay, very productive. Wallace, you're up.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna pick up another sack.
All right, there is only one sack in here, so you pick up the remaining sack, and that pile is dealt with.
Okay, so now I'm going to move 5, 10. I'm going to attempt the toss again.
Okay, go ahead and roll athletics.
My mama needs a new pair of shoes. 18.
18. So 15
feet.
You manage to toss the sack over the bar.
Sorry.
All right.
And that's my turn.
For some reason, it won't let me actually move it out of your inventory, but that's fine. All right. So, yeah, that sack is now on the floor next to Kileno. And that is your turn. So that brings us now to Kileno, who's going to first toss the sack that he currently has into the hole. And then he's going to pick up the other sack, and as final action is going to toss that one into the hole. So you've now gotten, I believe, 4 sacks into the hole?
That sounds correct.
Yeah, let me just, actually, I should probably keep track of this a little better, shouldn't I? So I believe... There we go. So you've got 4 sacks. I'm putting all these in the party stash. You've got 4 sacks of food. And that is Kileno's turn. That brings us now to Tanya.
I'm gonna pick up a sack.
Okay, you pick up a sack from this big old pile of 10.
Okay, and I'm gonna go there and there.
Okay, and that is your turn. That brings us around to the top of round 4. At which point, you hear a voice outside. Wait a minute, who left the lights on in here? What's going on? Oh, I think I see something in there. Oi, open up!
Great heavens.
As it seems that there is someone outside trying to get in now. Currently bashing on the door. It seems you have, at long last, been noticed. So, this guy's going to use his action to try to bust the door open. Is going to be successful at boom, breaking the door open, and on the other side you see a human with a bow dressed in leather armor. And that is their action for the turn. Oi, they're working on something shady in here. Let's get them. So, Mitch, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Where are they?
In the doorway. You currently can't see them, actually, because it's too dark.
Okay.
But the door, this door did just open, so you'd assume they're on the other side. You know what? Actually, yeah, we'll just put them there. We'll put them there, so you can now see them.
Sure. So I'm going to actually do a bond lot at this guy.
Interesting. What does that do?
Insightful quip at a foe, distracting them. Choose a foe within 30 feet and roll a diplomacy check against the target's DC.
Okay, so go ahead and make
success as.
We'll go over that later. Go ahead and roll your diplomacy.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. Cool, sounds good. I wonder how this is gonna go. Okay, that is a 18.
An 18, and that's against their will DC. Unfortunately, that is a failure.
Bummer.
So what do you say? How do you... What quip do you quip at them?
Damn, took y'all dumbasses this long to figure out we were in here, you fucking idiot.
Okay, cool. So you have 2 actions remaining.
Excellent. I'm going to... I'm going to run over here.
Okay.
No, wait, hold on. And all my other spells are kind of reactions, so I'm just gonna...
One of your spells is a reaction.
3 of my spells are reactions.
I'm looking at your spells right now, and one of them is a reaction. Schadenfreude is your only reaction spell.
Oh, okay, I got it. Never mind. Next one, actually. I'm going to cast... I'm going to cast Figment.
Figment. All right. So what is this Figment that you're casting?
So the Figment is going to appear right in front of this door here, as if hiding behind it, and then he is going to jump in front of this fella here, and he is going to go...
Okay, so we're just going to pretend this is Figment from the Disney World ride.
You know what? That wasn't even what I was thinking.
Well, you didn't tell me what the Figment was when I asked you, so...
Oh, I thought you were asking what it was doing. Okay, but you know what? Fuck it. We're going full swing on this. It is Figment from the Disney ride, the purple dragon.
So I'd assume you'd like to try to create a diversion. So make a deception check.
Okay, deception check. Go. Deception is a 28.
A 28, and that's against the perception DC. So that is a success. So there's a little purple dragon jumps out and is like, bah! And of course you get a +2. So that's actually a 30. And so this guy's like, what the fuck? So there's this little dragon in front of this dude. So you become hidden to the creature. Okay. So you are now, I guess, hidden to this guy. He can't see you anymore. Yeah. You can choose to, on future turns, sustain this spell to keep it active, and whenever you sustain it, you can try to create a diversion again. Alright then, that is the end of your turn. That brings us to Wallace.
Okay. I'm going to start with a stride down here.
Yep.
And then I'm going to, for 2 actions, use defensive advance.
Interesting. What does defensive advance do?
You raise your shield and stride. If you end your movement within melee reach of at least one enemy, you can make a melee strike against that enemy.
Interesting. All right, go for it.
So I raise up my shield and I charge down there, and then I bap this guy in the face with it.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit with your shield spikes, I'm assuming.
Yes. That is a 27 to hit.
A 27, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
6 points of piercing.
6 points of piercing damage as you just run forward through this weird purple dragon thing that just bounces out of the way. You just, BAM! Smack your shield spikes into this dude's chest. All right, I believe that is your turn.
Yep, and as I get there, I say, HALT!
All right. That brings us now to Kileno, who just goes, ah, shit! And he's going to hop over the bar. So 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 15. Okay, and then as his final action, he's going to pick up a pair of sacks. All right. So there are 2 sacks left in that pile. That is the end of Kileno's turn. Tanya, that brings us to you.
Okay, logistical question. I know you said that the sacks could feed 100 people. Like 100 people once? Like how long is this sack going to last us?
It's 100 servings of food in each sack.
Okay.
And there's approximately like 24, 25 people that you need to feed each day.
Okay. I'm gonna try and toss the sack I'm currently carrying onto the bar.
Okay, go ahead and roll athletics.
Oh no.
Okay, we're gonna hero point that.
Cool. That does remind me that I forgot to hand out hero point cards, but
It's fine.
so I guess
Okay.
Emma just won't get one.
I'll survive. Okay, instead of that natural 1, it's a 16.
A 16. All right, you are in fact able to toss the sack onto the bar. So there is now a sack on the bar.
Okay. And then with my next 2 actions, I'm gonna get there. And then I'm gonna pick up a sack.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you are now holding that sack. Cool. Cool. All right. That is the end of your turn then. That brings us around to the top of round 5. And look at that. You hear a number of footsteps coming towards you, as it seems 4 more are entering the fray.
Well, that's bad.
Three, 4. There we go. Okay. So let's go now to the one who's right in front of Wallace, who's going to first action is going to be to draw a kukri from their belt, big old knife. Then they're going to go ahead and try to strike at you, or well, first they're going to designate you as their hunted prey, and then they're going to strike at you.
I see.
As their final action. So that is a 15 to hit.
Would that... My AC is 25. Would that be a critical failure?
There's no such thing.
Shit. All right. Well, that's just a regular failure then.
Okay. And then that is their turn. And you are designated as the hunted prey of this scout. So at this point, let's go to the other ones who have just gotten into this scenario here. 10, 15, 20, 25. As a squire runs around, is going to go over to here, and is going to try to bash this door open. That is a success. They are able to bash the door open, and that is their last action. That'll bring us now to It seems that another scout has appeared. And is going to designate Wallace as their hunted prey and fire at him with their short bow. So that is going to be a 26 to hit Wallace.
Oh, that does succeed. I just want to double check one of my reactions real quick. I got hit with a melee strike. Okay, no, it doesn't make. My shield is already raised, so it doesn't make a difference.
Your
so,
shield is
yeah.
not raised.
No, it is. My shield got raised as part of my attack.
Oh, it's raised as part of your defensive advance?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Okay,
Does
cool.
3 things for 2 actions.
Look at that. All right. Cool. So this does hit?
Yes, sir. It does.
All right. So that is going to be... That is going to be 11 points of piercing damage to Wallace.
Ew!
Oh, great heavens.
And that is the end of that scout's turn. That brings us now to yet another enemy who's going to run on over to here. Appears to have eyes on Mitch at this point. Going to designate Mitch as hunted prey and is going to take a shot at Mitch. That is going to be a 13 to hit Mitch. That is going to be a 13 to hit Mitch.
That does not hit.
It does not hit. Okay, cool. And that is the end of that Wanderer's turn. And last, but certainly not least, excuse me. That brings us to this one here. Now, Wallace, you're just barely able to see this person approaching outside, and you see that they appear to have, instead of, like, their fingernails have grown into claws, and they're wearing these purple and blue robes as they sort of start to summon these magical entities as their eyes burn with a blazing fire. They are
Seems
going
bad.
to cast at you. You hear just uttering from under this mask that they're wearing, retreat. I need you to make a will save.
This is me.
No, this is Wallace.
Let's see. Okay. I'm just double checking my items real quick. Okay, that was a will save, you said?
Yes. Please.
All right. I'm going to use my psychic warding bracelet to get a +2 to my save.
All right, I love it. Wait, where's your psychic warding bracelet? I don't see that in your inventory.
I just used it, and I guess that takes it out of your inventory.
Was it a talisman?
It was.
Ah, yes, those are single use then. All right, so that gives you a +2. So what did you roll again?
Total of 30.
Total of 30. That is a success. So you're unaffected as you feel this command seeping into your mind. You shake it off. And that is the end of that neophyte's turn. That brings us now to Mitch.
Oh boy, it's time for Mitch.
Yes.
Who still technically hasn't canonically... Actually, no. I've canonically said one sentence, which is, you fucking idiot, you dumb fuck, you can't even open the door. Okay, so... I'm going to cast... I'm gonna cast Darkness on this fella right here.
Okay. So Darkness. All right. You use one of your... so go ahead and mark that off as cast, and that is all 3 of your actions. As you place that 20-foot burst of darkness.
Did I have to do that for Figment as well?
Figment is gone. And Figment... Figment
so
is
I
a
didn't
cantrip.
have to-
Cantrips you can cast as many times as you want, but Darkness is a ranked spell. So you've used your use of Darkness.
I'm new to spell casting,
Yeah.
remember?
Yep, I know.
This is totally new for me.
That's fine. So Figment is completely gone now. And that was your turn. You have now cast Darkness, and so that means that all of them are now basically completely blinded in there. So yeah, none of them can currently see within this cloud of darkness, which will last for a full minute. All right. Yeah, so that does unfortunately mean, though, that they are also concealed from all of you. So Wallace, you can no longer completely clearly see... you can no longer completely see the enemy in front of you. All right, then. That brings us now to Wallace.
Okay. What I'm going to do is enter my Everstand stance.
Okay. What does that do?
So I use both of my hands to brace my shield.
Okay.
And that increases my shield's hardness by 2, and increases the weapon damage die of the shield or spikes by 1 step.
Interesting. All right.
So
That's pretty good.
yeah. And then with my next action, I am going to...
It's weird. It doesn't automatically do it, but it should be a D8 for the spikes.
Okay, word. I'll roll that manually then. But then I'm going to use Intimidating Glare, or I guess just Demoralize, to intimidate the scout in front of me.
Okay. So go ahead and roll that intimidation check.
That's a nat 20.
Natural
Plus 12 for a
20.
32.
For 32 to demoralize. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty firmly a critical success.
Yeah.
So, target is now frightened too. All right. You have 1 action remaining.
All right. And finally, I'm going to use Everstand Strike, and holding this shield in 2 hands, fucking bash him with it.
Okay. Go ahead and well, since he is concealed, go ahead and roll your flat check.
Oh shit, that's right. $13.
Oh yeah, easy. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Oof. All right. That's a 23 to hit.
23 to hit. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right, and so that should be with the shield spikes 1d8.
Yes.
$11 points of piercing.
11 points of piercing damage as you just wham! And your shield is raised as a result.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So you just whack that dude. All right, then. That is the end of your turn. That brings us now to Kileno, who is going to start working his way back towards this area, and is going to try to toss that try to toss them sacks. So he is unable to get very far, unfortunately, and is able to just drop them on top of the bar. So there are now 2 sacks on top of, or 3, a total of 3 sacks on top of the bar. All right. So that is the end of Kileno's turn. That brings us to Tanya.
Okay. I'm gonna make my way over to the bar. So, 1 action, 2 action. Can I get on top of the bar with my 3rd movement?
Sure.
Okay.
You are now on top of the bar.
And then, just before I end my turn, I'm gonna say to Kileno, get as many sacks as you can. I'll get them in the hole.
All right, works for me. All right, then that is the end of your turn. That brings us now to Mitch. Unfortunately, first comes the enemies. Let's see how many more enter the fray, eh?
Oh, fuck.
Ooh. Lucky you. Only 1 this time.
Oh.
Coming in from the other direction is actually going to... You hear a window shatter in the kitchen.
That's fun.
Followed by footsteps. All right, and that is the end of that one's turn. So that brings us now to the ones that are currently in the darkness. So we'll start with the one that is currently frightened by Wallace, who's going to start out by just running into the tavern. 10, 15... 20. So Wallace is now flanked. And this guy's going to try to go for you with a kukri strike.
Good grief.
That is a 13.
That fails.
Okay, and going to go for another one. That is a 23.
That meets it, so I'm going to use my shield block here.
Okay, so shield block means that you subtract a number of damage equal to the shield's hardness. You and the shield each take any remaining damage. Okay, so that's going to be, not accounting for your shield's hardness, 15 points of slashing.
Okay, so that's subtracted by 9, because I'm in Eversand stance.
Correct.
So then both me and the shield take 6.
Okay. Gotcha.
There we are.
All right, then. And that is the end of that scout's turn, which does mean their frightened condition goes down by 1. That will bring us now to, let's go with this guarding squire here, who's going to push through the darkness and up over to Tanya. Gonna go for a swing with the battle axe at Tanya. That is a 21 to hit.
Sorry, Foundry closed my sheet. That is not a hit.
All right, then. It's gonna go for one more strike with the axe. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
That is not going to hit either.
That brings us now to additional scout, who's going to run on in there. Oh yeah, also you're not flanked anymore. And then run on over to here. All right. Is going to redesignate their targeted prey as Mitch, and is going to go for a short bow strike at Mitch. So that is a 27 to hit Mitch. Mitch.
Michelin.
Jacob Perez.
Sorry, my mic is muted. Yes, a 27 will hit.
Excellent. Lovely. That is going to be 2 Mitch Bender. A total of 13 points of piercing damage. And that is the end of that scout's turn. So that brings us now to this fellow here, who's going to take out their daggers and is going to run on in as their final actions. They end their turn right in front of Mitch. And then that will bring us now, last but certainly not least, to the neophyte. All right. Who is going to... 1, 2, 3. All right. That's the end of their turn. That brings us now to Mitch. It is your turn.
Okay, so to this guy right here, I am going to cast Electric Arc. Wait, does Electric Arc affect allies?
No.
Okay, good. So
You choose which targets.
This guy, will it hit this guy?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right, so they both will need to make reflex saves.
Fantastic.
So we'll start with the Guilty Reserved Wanderer in front of you, who gets a 10 on their reflex save. So what is your spell DC?
My spell DC is a 20.
So that's a critical failure from the Guilty Reserved Wanderer. The Efficient Scout is going to, unfortunately, though, get a natural 20 for a total of 31. So that will be a critical success, meaning 1 takes double damage. So that'll be that'll be a total of 4d4 times 2 to the one that critically failed, but nothing to the other one.
4d4?
4d4 times 2.
Okay, so 1, 2. So that will be a total of 28 damage.
28 damage! This dude runs at you with a pair of daggers, and you just, fuck! Send out this bolt of electricity, which just immediately fries him. He is now dead.
Oh, damn!
Wow.
Instantly
Bye,
dead.
birdie.
He comes at me with a dagger. I just go.
Pretty much. All right.
Panic.
You have 1 action remaining.
On this guy right here. Wait, no, I can't cast that shit. I have 1 action.
Also, I love that you have multiple ways of casting Electric Arc because you got it for free from your ancestry.
That's
But
so
you
funny.
also prepared it.
Oh, I do. That's right. Oh my god.
That's really funny because it's a cantrip.
Oh, that's great. Oh my god, that's so great. Okay, so I'm gonna use. I love how it's also the only spell that I have that actually does damage. Actually, no, I have one of the spell that does damage. Right, Torturous Trauma. Speaking of, Torturous Trauma.
That's 2
on
actions.
this guy.
Nope, that's a 2-action spell.
Oh, that's right, it is. Shit.
Almost all of your spells are also 2 actions, so...
Yeah, I only have a couple that are 1 action, and they're... I actually only have 2 that are 1 action, and they are Message and Charming Is this guy frightened over here?
Yes, that guy over there is frightened.
Oh, I'm using Message on him. I have to.
Okay, what do you say with Message? As you telepathically communicate.
in his ear, he just hears a very faint whisper.
Run! Okay. Alright, so that doesn't really mechanically do anything, but the guy just looks around. Where the fuck did that come from? Alright. That brings us now to Wallace.
Okay, while that guy is... Was it this guy down here?
This guy. The guy right next to you.
Oh,
currently
it was that guy.
fighting.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Then I am going to while he's like looking around confused, I'm gonna beat him again with my shield in a ever stand
Okay.
strike.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
28.
28, that's a success. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 7 points of piercing.
7 points of piercing damage. All right, you just whack this dude with your shield again.
And
Not
is he
quite
still...
bloodied.
Aw, damn. All right, well, either way, he's still afraid, so I'm going to ignore him. And my shield is actually raised now. Let me just... Is that there? All right, and then with my next action, my next two actions, I'm going to use defensive advance again. To actually go up here. So now this guy's being flanked.
Okay, so as you go to move, though, it appears that the frightened scout, is able to use their disrupt prey reaction to make a kukri strike against you as you move. So that is going to be a 29 to hit.
Oh, that succeeds.
All right, then. You are going to take from that, then, a total of 10 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
And unfortunately, no shield block for you, as you've already used your reaction for this round. But your action is not interrupted, so you are
Awesome.
able to move, and you are able to make that strike against the tired guarding squire, who is flanked, if you would like.
Yes. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, that is, in fact, a hit.
Oh, hang on, wait, shit. No, I didn't roll with multiple attack penalty.
Oh.
So giving that roll,
you can keep the same roll, but just subtract.
Yeah, so that's -5 for a 15.
15. That still hits.
Oh, W.
Big dub.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage to this squire. All right. Cool. And that, I believe, is your turn. So that brings us now to Kileno, who's going to leave those 4 sacks on the bar and work his way back into here. Use an action there, and then use his final action to pick up the 2 remaining sacks in that pile, which means 2 of the piles have now been fully picked up. That's the end of Kileno's turn, however. That brings us now to Tanya.
Okay. I would like to start by trying to toss the sack I'm carrying into the hole.
Okay.
That is a 19.
19 for a total of 15 feet that you can toss it. I'd say you're able to toss it in just barely. Like, you hit the edge, and you're like, oh, is it gonna go in? And it just slides off into the water. So that is...
Take that as a win.
Yes, that is that sack out. You now have 1 sack. Right, now there's just the sacks... the 4 sacks that are currently on the bar. You've gotten 5 into the boats.
Uh-huh.
Jacob, get off Instagram.
I'm not on Instagram!
I just received an Instagram post.
I'm not on Instagram anymore!
Uh-huh. Tanya, you have 2 actions.
Yep. I would like to use 1 action to draw a frost vial from my belt. And then a 2nd action to, like, smash the bloke standing in front of me over the head with it.
Ooh.
Okay, interesting. Is this part of Quick Bomber? Because that allows you to draw and throw it in 1 action.
Yes.
All right, then. So, go ahead and roll to hit with your frost vial.
That's a 19.
A 19. And now, do you have anything that prevents splash damage from hitting allies?
I think so, but I don't know what it is.
I don't think you
So-
do.
It might not be true.
You do not. So,
But also, it's technically a dirty 20 because I'm not encumbered anymore because I threw the sack.
this is true. Sorry, I just have
Not
to
that
keep
that
track of
matters.
which. I'm trying to keep
No,
track
it's
of
fine.
which sacks exist.
It's
All
fine.
right. Either way, it would have hit. So you did hit
Yeah.
the dude. So go ahead and roll damage for the frost vial, as both you and Wallace take 1 point of cold splash damage.
Oh, heavens.
Okay, that is... What are these two different... It says 5 and then it says 4.
Hold on. Oh, wait, is the 4 splash? Oh, that 4 is splash damage. Why does it say 4 splash damage?
It might have a bonus because I'm a bomber? Question mark? Is that a thing?
Maybe. So I guess Wallace and Tanya both take 4 points of splash damage.
Sorry, mate.
And the squire takes a total of 9. And the bomb also causes a 5-foot speed penalty to this squire. Now, as you just smash this vial over the dude's head, he just kneel, and you feel compelled to kneel. Do you do so, or do you refuse?
I would like to refuse.
Okay, so you are going to take, as you fight this command, 6 points of mental damage.
Oh. Maybe I should have just kneeled down. Too late now.
You have 1 action remaining.
Cool. I would love to just pick up another one of those sacks.
All right, you pick up another sack. All right then. That is the end of your turn. That brings us around to the top of round 7. So let's bring in our next friend. All right, we have in fact gotten another friend. Let's start with the ones that already exist. So we'll go with the envious scout, who is still frightened, going to run on up to flank Waldor. All right, so that is going to be, as they move up, they are going to, you watch as this energy sort of starts to culminate around the blade of this weapon, and you sort of, Wallace, you sort of start to see the chains on your armor start to be pulled towards it, as if gravity is being pulled into this weapon, to strengthen the strike. So that is going to then be a 17 to hit.
That fails.
Okay.
All that setup.
Well, damn. And that is the end of his turn.
My doors are locked to you.
That brings us now to the squire who just got a bottle smashed over his head. He's gonna go for a touch of corruption at Tanya. So that is going to be I need a fortitude save from Tanya.
Okay. That's a 22.
22. That is a success. You will take half damage. So you take 1 point of void damage, and that is all.
Yay! 1 point of void damage.
And he's then going to, as his second action, go for a swing with his battle axe. All right. So that is going to be against Tanya a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so Tanya is going to take from that 9 points of slashing damage.
Youch!
And then this dude's going to swing around and go for a sweeping strike at Wallace, because battle axes have the sweep trait. So it's going to get a +1 bonus to this attack roll, which isn't going to matter because that's a 6 to hit Wallace.
Oh no.
So that's not doing shit. All right then. That'll bring us now to this scout down here who's going to cast gravity weapon on themselves, on their bow. So this is going to be a ranged attack against Mitch. That is a 16 to hit Mitch.
A 16 to hit Mitch will not hit Mitch.
Okay, and that is going to be a second attack as third
Because
action.
Mitch is not a bitch.
That is going to be a 19 to hit Mitch.
A 19 will hit Mitch because Mitch is a bitch.
Okay. Lovely. So Mitch is going to take
Fucking out of my mind right now.
15 points of piercing damage. Yeah. So that is that. And as you're reeling from getting shot in the fucking stomach with an arrow, you hear "Ha!" as from within the kitchen runs a thug with a glaive. A glaive, basically a pole with a big fucking sword on it.
Oh no.
As this lady runs out and
glaive!
is going to make a swipe at both Tanya and Mitch.
Two for
So
one deal.
yes. This is going to be to hit. Okay, yes. So to hit both of you, this is an 18.
That does not hit.
Does an 18 hit Mitch?
An 18 is my AC, so I think that will hit.
Will hit you.
Because of fucking course it will.
So that is going to be 8 points of slashing damage as Tanya, you dodge right out of the way. Mitch, you are slashed across the back by this glaive.
Ow!
So again, that was 8 points
Asshole!
of slashing damage. And that is the end of her turn. As this neophyte does this. And you hear Kileno from the other room, "Oh fuck!" As Tanya,
That's
you
bad.
look back into the kitchen and see that the neophyte, who was casting spells at Wallace before, has apparently climbed through the window into the kitchen and is going to target Kileno with an acid splash.
Oh, don't love that.
So that is going to be... Oh, fuck. Yeah, that firmly crits Kileno.
Oh!
So Kileno is going to take... from that... Okay, 4 points of acid. And he's going to begin taking persistent acid. Yeah, 1 point of persistent acid per turn. And that is that for Kileno. However, that will also activate this demonic neophyte's demonic blood magic, which is going to give Kileno a penalty to his AC. So yeah, that's that guy's turn. At this point, we have another friend entering through the window.
Oh goodness.
Who's going to target Kileno as hunter's prey, and is then going to fire their short bow at Kileno. That is going to be a dirty 20 against Kileno, which is pretty firmly a hit. So Kileno is going to take 5 points of piercing damage, meaning Kileno is now bloodied.
That's bad.
That brings us to Mitch. Kileno's not doing so good
Still.
in there.
So it seems. So Mitch is going to. So Mitch is going to turn back at the thing that's at the thing.
The thing.
At the thug. The thug that swiped at me with that sword pole thingy majiggy. And he has a very pissed off look on his face, and he just like kind of reaches his hand out and is going to cast Torturous Trauma.
Torturous Trauma. All right. So that is a Fortitude save against your spell DC. So let's see. They get a 13.
That fails.
Okay, so what does that mean?
So that means that the target takes a bludgeoning damage equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier with a basic Fortitude
Okay,
save.
so they failed their save, meaning they're taking, because this is a cantrip, it's heightened, so it's going to be 3d4 plus 3 bludgeoning damage as you batter their internal organs.
I fucking love
3d4.
torturous trauma.
3d4, because it's heightened.
Holy moly.
Okay, so 3d4 plus how much?
Plus 3,
Plus 3? Why plus 3?
because that's your intelligence, is plus your spellcasting modifier, so it's 3d4 plus your intelligence, which is 3.
Oh, but it says that I have a spell attack modifier that's plus
That's
7.
your spell attack modifier. And your spell attack modifier is plus 10, not plus 7.
It says it's plus 10.
I don't know where you're looking, but it's
Or plus 7,
it's
plus 7.
it's definitely plus 10. I'm looking at it right now. But either way,
Okay,
3d4
fair
plus
enough.
3.
Oh, there it is, plus 10. Yeah, I see. Okay. 3d4 plus 3. Good lord. Okay. Uh, 12.
12 points of damage. As Tanya, you watch as Mitch just looks really pissed off, and this thug just, you hear cracking and breaking as they just take a whole bunch of damage internally. They are now bloodied. And Mitch, you have one action remaining.
Let's try what she do. You know what Mitch is gonna do?
What's he gonna do?
Mitch is gonna run over here.
Okay, Mitch runs over there. Now, that's fine. All right. That is the end.
Oh, did I need to cast Torturous Trauma, by the way?
That's a cantrip. You get that as many times as you
Okay.
want.
Cool.
All right,
Love
that
it.
is the end of your turn. That brings us now to Wallace.
Okay, I am going to go ahead and oh, look at that. This guy is no longer intimidated. So, just being like right up in his face, I'm going to scream at him and attempt another demoralize.
He's immune.
Oh, he's
to being
immune.
demoralized again. Yeah,
son
they're
of a
immune for
bitch.
like 4 hours.
He is. Yes, he is. All right.
10 minutes.
Well-
Sorry, 10 minutes.
In that case, I am just going to go ahead and attempt an ever stand strike against him.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
I'm gonna hero point that. That was a nat 1.
Good idea.
For a 19.
A 19 is unfortunately not going to hit.
Really? Oh,
Not
okay.
going to hit. Yep, that frightened dropped his AC.
Yep. Yes, it did.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, in that case, I am going to turn around and demoralize the tired squire.
Okay, go ahead and roll your demoralize.
And again, this is just screaming in their face. 16. Oh my god.
16. That's against their will DC, so that is unfortunately a failure.
Damn. All right. I'm going to make one final attack, but not with my shield spikes. Instead, leaning past the shield, I'm going to make a strike with my tusk.
All right, against which enemy?
This guy.
All right, you try to gore the squire with your tusks.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's 15 points of piercing.
15 points of piercing damage as you just scream in this guy's face, whips around, seems unfazed until you jab your tusks through his chin. Fucking dead.
Fucking dead.
That's a dead dude right there. So
Hark!
you are no longer flanked.
You stood in the way of
And
my
that
door.
is the end of your turn. That brings us now to Kileno, who's going to start limping over towards the door. Is going to shout out to you, Tanya. The way's blocked! So he's going to try to toss one of these sacks at the thug's head. That's going to be a success. So I'm going to say this thug's going to take 3 points of damage, making them mortal, as a sack slams them in the face.
Which person? This person?
Yes.
The unhinged, spiteful thug?
Yes.
Okay.
So there is now a sack on top of them, or next to them, rather. And Kileno is going to take his final action to throw the other sack, which is unfortunately not going. No, that'll succeed. So now the thug gets hit by the other sack that deals 8 points of damage, and now all of those sacks are both of Kileno's sacks are now next to this unhinged spiteful thug, and there are 2 on the bar, 1 in Tanya's hand. That is Kileno's turn. He yells out, "Don't worry about me! We got work to do!" That brings us now to Tanya. Oh, right. Kileno takes 1 point of acid damage. And needs to make a recovery check. Fails the recovery check, still taking persistent acid damage. All right, Tanya, you're up.
Okay.
As Kileno is now mortal.
Oh, he's mortal?
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
just a
hell would
merchant.
I
He doesn't
know
have a
that.
whole lot of health.
Fair point. Okay. I'm gonna look at... I should have... Okay, I think I have a feat that allows me to use a elixir of healing as a bomb.
I believe you do. I believe that is
Yes,
the
I do.
healing bomb
Healing
feat.
bomb. Target is affected. Okay, I would like to use Quick Bomber to throw the elixir of life at my buddy Kileno.
Excellent. Lovely, lovely. So what is the range on bombs?
I think that I have
20
one that
feet.
extends my range to 30 feet.
Okay, so 20 is the fall, so 30 is your total. All right, so yeah, you just toss that over, and does it deal? What are the rules on that? Does it deal full effect or?
Let's read what it does, shall we?
So you need to make an attack roll.
Yep.
Just use the same one
Okay.
as the frost vial.
Yep. It's gonna... It's mad at me because it doesn't have another frost vial, so I'm just gonna roll this and add 7.
That's fine. Oh,
Motherfucker!
so that's a natural 1.
Yep.
Hero point it.
Okay, Jacob's hero pointed it. That's the last hero point.
Well, if no one else has it,
that's the last hero point.
I don't
on the
have a
table.
hero point, so...
Yeah, I'm out.
yeah, I'll hero point it then.
All right.
Okay, let's see how we do. Well, it's not a nat 1. Okay, that's an 11.
An 11. Okay, that is unfortunately not a hit. But target regains HP equal to the elixir's number of damage dice. And as that is just a minor elixir, that is 1. So Kilano gets 1 hit point.
My bad, sorry, guy. Okay, I am going to try and throw the sack in my hand into the pit.
Okay, go ahead and roll athletics.
Now I can get a decent roll. That's a 19.
Hey, look at that. You easily are able to get that in. So you now have 6 sacks in the boats down below.
Cool.
Yeah.
I should have 1 action remaining.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up another sack from the thing, and then I'm gonna yell, "Get the sacks off the counter and get in the fucking boats!"
All right. There are currently 3 sacks remaining. 1 sack remaining on the counter, 2 sacks next to the thug. All right, that is the end of Tanya's turn, which brings us around to the top of round 8, which means more friends.
Yippee.
A lot more friends. 6
Oh,
more
no.
friends.
Oh.
I don't want friends. Can we get into less friends?
1,
Yeah, you know, less
2.
friends sounds ideal.
3, 4, 5, 6. That's
No
a
bueno.
lot of
You
that's
know,
a lot of
Cameron.
things that you're gonna
You
have
know,
to deal
Cameron,
with.
I think of myself as a bit of a socialite, but this is a little too fucking much.
It's a little too friendly. We're not that extroverted.
Yeah, I'm you know, not really sure that
This is gonna be a
that I
kukri.
want to talk to this many people.
A kukri against Wallace, which is a 28 to hit. Wallace.
A 28 to hit Wallace.
Yes,
that
sir.
does hit.
All right, with the
so-
kukri.
I'm going to use my reactive shield reaction.
All right.
So I effectively just raise a shield as a reaction.
I see. All right. And I believe your shield has extra hardness against slashing, if I'm remembering correctly. All right. So that
Although
is going
this-
to be.
This wouldn't be a shield block. It like reactive
Ah.
shield just raises the shield.
So that just increases your AC,
Correct.
which effectively does nothing here.
So hang on, wait. So the trigger is an enemy hits you with a melee strike. You are wielding a
Yeah.
shield. You snap your shield into place, avoiding the hit at the last second. You immediately use the raise a shield action and gain your shield's bonus to AC. The circumstance bonus from the shield applies to your AC when you're determining the outcome of the triggering attack.
Right, and that was a 20. What did I say the hit was? Yeah, 28, not a 25.
28? Oh, okay, yeah, it didn't do anything. Shit.
Yeah.
Oops.
So that's going to be that's going to be 18 points of slashing damage.
Oh.
They are then going to go for let's see. Right, I forgot about that. They're going to go for another strike with the kukri. using their Hunter's Flurry, which means they get lowered, very much lowered multiple attack penalty. So that is going to be a 26 to hit.
Ooh, that hits.
Okay, so that's going to be 13 points of slashing damage.
Oh my god.
And they're gonna go for a trip. They're gonna try to trip you. Which is going to be... Oh, that's only an 8. 9.
Yeah.
That's a 9.
Yeah, that fails.
All right. Cool. Let me actually double check trip. Because that probably is a... Let's see. No, I want the trip action. There we go. And that's against your reflex DC. What's your reflex DC?
My reflex DC is 17.
17. So that is not a critical failure, just regular failure. All right, cool. That is the end of their turn. That'll bring us now to the unhinged thug here, who's going to go for a strike against Tanya. With the glaive, that is going to be a 23 to hit.
That hits.
All right. So that is going to be... Oh, right. I forgot about that. Damn. All right. That is going to be 6 points of slashing. And then they're going to keep the momentum up because that gives them a bonus to their damage with the glaive.
Oh, fun.
So that's going to then be an 18 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. They're then going to go for a third one. That is then going to be a 9 to hit.
Unfortunately for them, no.
All right, then. The scout here is then going to take a step over to here and is going to take a shot at Mitch. Using gravity weapon, of course. So this is going to be against Mitch Bender, played by Jacob Perez. That is going to be
we sure love Mitch Bender,
a 24 to hit.
24 to hit is going to hit Mitch Bender.
All right.
By Jacob Perez.
Then that is going to be a total of 17 points of piercing damage.
Oh my god. I am mortal.
Okay. That's going to be then another short bow strike against you. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
That, oh my god, dude, come on. This is the first fucking game with Mitch Bender.
Yeah. So you're gonna take 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay, well, Mitch is down.
All right. Mitch goes unconscious as 2 arrows thunk into his shoulder. So Mitch is now dying. That brings us now to the other ones in here. Let's see what they have to say to Mr. Kileno. Lathanar, we're gonna go with an acid splash. Yeah, that's a hit. So Kileno's gonna take... Yep. Kileno's gonna take 4 points of acid damage there. Kileno is extremely mortal. They are then going to go ahead and they're then going to go ahead and cast shield on themselves. That'll then bring us to the vengeful wanderer in here, who's going to take a shot at Kileno with their bow. That is a 12 to hit, so that actually doesn't hit. We're gonna go for another one. That's a 9 to hit. And that third one is a 0 to hit. So Kileno survives.
Hot damn.
Oh.
However, there are several more friends incoming.
Yep.
several of them seem to enter through the window. Into the kitchen. And then the other ones begin moving through the darkness. And one more. There we go. All right. Now, Mitch, it is time for death rolls.
Hell yeah, we fucking love dead rolls.
Yeah. So let me just double check that I'm doing this correctly. Let's just pull up the hit points, healing, and dying. So yeah, I need you to make a dying check, which is a flat check with a DC equal to 10 plus your current dying value, so 11. So go ahead and make your dying check. Flat check, just a flat D20.
Okay, so flat check looking for an 11 or above. That is a 15.
15, all right. Your dying value is reduced by 1, so you are no longer dying, but you are unconscious. That is the end of Mitch's turn. That brings us now to Wallace.
Wallace. All right. Oh, man. You are in a bad position, dude.
All of you are.
Yeah, we're kind of
I'm just gonna,
swarmed
for the sake of
here.
simplicity, start despawning the... Oh, yeah, despawn the 2 dead ones.
Sweet. Okay.
Only 2?
Yeah, you've only killed 2 of them.
Shit, man.
It's on brand.
Oh, that's not good. I mean, at least like with the last one, we killed how many?
Okay.
So,
Uh,
who is currently bloodied?
yeah. Debating what I want to do here. I am going to...
And a reminder to all of you that all you need to do to get out is jump in the hole yourselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what the crane is for.
Thing is, I need to get Mitch. So this guy has a reaction. I need to get to Mitch. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Tusk on this guy.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
28.
28. That is very definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
11 points of piercing.
11 points of piercing damage. All right. I'll call that bloodied.
Oh man, that guy's stronger than he looks.
Yeah, this guy's an elite. Or a mid-rank, sorry, a mid-rank. Most of these guys are low ranks, but yeah. Scouts are mid-ranks.
Emma, you wouldn't happen to have healing potions, would you?
I do not, but I do have battle medicine.
You also have quick alchemy if you have any reagents left. Which I don't think you do. No, I don't think you do.
No, I don't, and I can't make a versatile vial into one, can I?
I don't remember what versatile vials do. Let's see. Versatile vials. Infuse items. Vial you create is always... okay, during your daily preparations, you can create a number of versatile vials. Versatile vials, what do they do?
Well, okay, let's look at quick alchemy real quick, because it says create consumable. You expend one of your versatile vials to create a single alchemical consumable of your level or lower that's in your formula book. You don't have to spend the normal monetary cost, so I could.
Yes, that is how. Right, I forgot they changed how alchemist works. So yes, versatile vial. You can make that. You can make that healing. You can make that an elixir of life.
Okay. So yes, kind of.
Okay, I see. I'll take it. And then I am going to... I'm just gonna... I gotta keep attacking, I guess. I'm gonna use an Everstand Strike against Bad Boy here.
Okay.
25 to hit.
25. That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
8 points of piercing.
8 points of piercing. Yeah, still bloodied.
Okay, and my shield is raised again. Final action, I am going to step.
Okay. You
Here.
step. You are now there. You do not provoke any reactions.
Okay.
All right, then. That will then bring us to Kileno, who is going to attempt to get... Yeah, is going to squeeze past the thug there and pull himself over the counter. He's going to pick up one of the sacks, and he's going to attempt to toss it into the pit. That's a success. So another sack is in the pit.
In
So
which
there are-
Kileno literally could have just jumped in with the sack and then been
He's got work
safe.
to do.
But I know, but damn
So
it,
there
man.
are no longer any sacks on the bar. One is in Tanya's hands, and 2 are next to the thug. So Kileno is then going to take his 1 point of acid damage and make his flat check. He is no longer taking any more acid damage. So
That's good.
Good for him. However, he does have 3 hit points left. Tanya, you're up.
This is not
Okay.
good.
Not
I'm
really.
gonna start by using quick alchemy to make an elixir of life. Then I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna mix it up in my little flower pot, and then I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna chuck it, right thereabouts, trying to hit Mitch.
Uh-huh. I don't know if that has splash damage or not. Hold on, I've got to read this
It
thing.
has a thing, but I don't
Let's see.
I didn't quite understand the thing.
Okay, so on a success, the target is affected as though it drank the elixir, and each living adjacent creature gains HP from the bomb. Okay, so it does get splash damage on a success.
Okay.
So you have to target one creature.
Okay. We're targeting Mitch.
Okay.
We're targeting Mitch. We're gonna
Go ahead and roll
roll
it.
the d20. Okay. That is that a 9 plus 7? So a 16.
16 to hit Mitch. 16 to hit Mitch.
Sorry, Mike is muted. That will hit actually, as I am down.
There you go. All right, so you will take the full effects of that elixir. So Emma, why don't you go ahead and roll that? I believe 1d6.
Sounds right. And okay, that's 3 points of healing, and then is it plus 3?
Yeah. No. Wait. Hold on. Ugh. It is equal to the number of damage dice. So 1. It's plus 1.
Okay.
So Wallace, you
So-
get 1 hit point.
Wallace gets 1
Ugh.
hit point. Mitch gets 4. I have 2 turns left.
Wait, isn't it 4?
You're
No,
gonna
I have
total of
1
4.
turn left.
Okay.
Mitch, you get a total of 4.
I have 1 turn left because I was. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna go here and drop my sack in.
Okay. You drop in your sack. So you are no longer encumbered by that. And we are up to 8 sacks. So there are 2 remaining behind the bar, and there is a pile of 8 remaining in the kitchen. And that is the end of Tanya's turn. That brings us now to the top of round 9. Let's see about more friends. Oh, we do, in fact, get some more friends. 3 more friends. All right. So let's go for the ones that are already in here. Why don't we? Let's start with our unhinged, spiteful thug here, who's going to swing over the counter with the glaive at Kileno. That's a natural 20. So that's critical damage against Kileno.
Oh.
Meaning that that's going to be against Kileno. 11 points of slashing damage. So Kileno is not dead, he's unconscious. And dying. Dying 2 specifically. The thug is then going to take another action to hop over the counter, and final action to go for a strike with the glaive at Tanya. That is going to be a 10 to hit.
Well, that's not going to do anything.
Okay, cool. Then let's go with the efficient scout over here, who's going to move into a flanking position on Waldor, and is going to, with their gravity weapon, go for a kukri strike. That is going to be a 16 against Waldor.
That fails.
All right, they're going for another hit. That is a 24.
That hits, and I would like to use my shield block reaction.
Excellent. So I believe that means you do take the damage, but the shield takes some of it.
Yes, so the damage is reduced by the shield's hardness, which in this case would be 9.
Yes. So that is, and this is slashing damage. I don't know if you get additional hardness.
I don't believe so. I just get a flat +2 hardness because of my stance.
Right, I think you also get a +2 hardness against slashing from your shield.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So your
That's
shield
an
has a
addition-
hardness of 11 against this attack.
Wonderful.
So that is going to be 13 points of slashing damage, meaning you and your shield take 2 points of damage.
Beautiful. Shields are pretty
and that is
good.
The end. They are, especially when you're a champion. Almost as if champions are meant to be built around defense more than anything else.
Whoa.
All right, that is that for that one. That brings us now to this annoyed expert mercenary who is behind you, who's going to go for a power attack with their scimitar on Wallace. That is going to be a 21 to hit.
A 21 to hit Wallace? That does not
Yes. All right, then. They're then going to go for another regular strike against Wallace. That is going to be a 5 to hit, so that's not a hit.
Nope.
That'll bring us now to the Stern Wanderer over here, who's going to get up next to Wallace and go for a strike with their mace. They are going to get an 18 to hit Wallace with the light mace.
That fails.
Okay, they're then going to select you as their hunted prey, and then they're going to use their final action for twin parry, as they are currently dual wielding a light mace and a parrying dagger. So that's a +2 bonus to their AC. That'll then bring us to this wily footpad over here, who's going to take a shot with their crossbow against Tanya. That is a 15 against Tanya.
That's not going to hit.
All right, then. It's going to be a reload, followed by another crossbow shot, this time at Wallace. That is a 12 to hit Wallace.
That fails.
All right, that is the end of that one. That'll bring us now to this other efficient scout over here, who's going to go for a shot at Mitch, who is still their hunted prey. So,
Oh,
Mitch,
boy.
That is a 26 to hit you.
I refuse to respond to this.
That's a critical hit.
It is a critical hit. I'm dying.
You are going to take from that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much I'm dead.
You're going unconscious no matter what. However, just for the sake of fun, you're actually dying 3 because that was a critical hit.
Oh, boy!
So Mitch is on death's door currently. As you take.
There you go. There you go, old Mitchy boy.
You take.
First day on the job and already an inch away from death.
You take 25 points of piercing damage from that attack.
Good fucking lord. That would have killed me with max HP.
Wow.
And then we're going to have another shot here, this time against Wallace from the Scout. That is going to be a 10 to hit.
That fails.
And then they're going to go for a third shot, this time against Tanya. That is a 6 to hit.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it.
All right. And now we have several more friends in the kitchen. So we're just gonna start moving them out here. This mercenary moves out here. He's gonna start taking shots with his bow. So that's gonna be against Tanya. A natural 1. So that's a critical fumble. So it's gonna be with ranged. Oopsie, you hit yourself instead of the target. All right, so this guy pulls back the bowstring and manages to shoot himself in the foot.
Nice.
So he's going to take 8 points of piercing damage from that.
He just casually nicks himself in the femoral artery.
Yeah, just casually. Gonna say, ah, fuck! And it's gonna pull out his dagger as his final action. That'll bring us now to this Oathbound Squire here, who's gonna come on in and then use another action to hop over, and is going to now go for a swing with their mace against Wallace. That is going to be a 23 to hit Wallace.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay, and this is a new round.
Oh,
so you do have your reaction back.
In that case, I will use my shield block.
Excellent. This is a bludgeoning attack, so this is a hardness of 7 for your shield. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, meaning that you only take 1.
Oh, beautiful.
And that is the end of that one's turn. That'll bring us now. There are so many enemies. That'll bring us now to this wanderer over here, who's going to take a step in and is going to fire their bow at Tanya. That's going to be a 19 to hit Tanya.
It's not gonna hit.
All right, that's the end of their turn. That'll bring us now to the neophyte, who's going to come on in. That was 2 movements. They only have 1 action remaining, which they're going to use to cast. Let's see, what do they have? Oh yeah, they don't have a whole lot they can do, so they're actually just going to move up to there, and that's the end of their turn. That'll bring us now to this other neophyte who has just gotten in here. He's going to come on over. Makes 20 feet of movement, and as this go around, they are going to cast. They're going to cast Acid Arrow at Tanya. So this is going to be an attack roll against you. This is a 25 against Tanya.
That's gonna hit.
Okay, so you are going to take from this. Let's see. That's a solid. That's a solid. Oh no, points of damage.
Oh,
19 points of acid damage.
Oh, no.
I don't love that.
Oh,
Thank
plus
you.
no.
1d6 persistent acid.
Oh, I don't love that for me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
DPK in the first day?
I mean, never mind.
So, that's that. As a few more, you hear another window shatter in the kitchen, and you gather that more friends are incoming.
We really have to leave.
So, Mitch, you're up. Well, you're currently unconscious, actually. So make a dying check, DC 13.
I'm not really up.
Yeah,
as many
So,
would say.
Dying check, flat check, DC 13.
Flat check DC 13. Got it. It's a 10.
A 10. That is unfortunately a failure, meaning that
Oh really? I had no fucking
you are up
clue.
to dying 4.
Good lord.
Thankfully, you do have Die Hard, so you need to hit dying 5 in order to die permanently. So that's
Woohoo.
that. You're still alive for now. Wallace, you're up.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
little one.
Oh, no.
With my first action, I'm going to step.
Okay.
With my second action, I'm going to step.
Okay.
My third action, I'm going to step.
All right.
Are you
Wallace
running?
jumps
Are you
in
fucking
the
escaping?
hole and escapes combat.
I don't jump into the hole. I step into the hole.
Wallace just casually steps off the ledge into the
Take me!
You couldn't have picked him up?
That was all my actions.
Also, that would have been a manipulate action, so it would have provoked attack of opportunity.
okay.
So Wallace is out of combat. Kileno needs to make a dying check now. Kileno nope, Kileno fails his dying check. Kileno is dying 3. Tanya, you're up.
Okay. Sure. This is
Help!
fucking awesome. Okay. I'm gonna...
I hear you giggling behind your microphone, you shit!
Okay. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
What I feel like is the most sensible thing to do is pick up Kileno and get in the boats.
Uh-huh.
Wait, no!
Bad.
He's the NPC!
I feel bad.
That implies Mitch is much more than an NPC right now.
I mean, he hasn't had much chance to be any more than that.
I feel... Do we see the problem? Just...
I think the problem is that there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 enemies on the field and more on the way.
Here's the thing. If I don't pick up Kileno and get in the thing, we're gonna die.
Uh-huh. Entirely
But if I
possible.
do... Poor little Jacob's gonna perish.
Fucking living right now!
I'm sorry, man. I don't think I have a way
How are we
to
defeating this?
Because even if
Help!
here's the thing. Even if I stay here, like if I go the 20 feet, provoke the attack of opportunity, pick you up, carry you the 10 feet, we've run out of things, and we're stuck here and we're gonna die. If I try and quick alchemy a potion, throw it, heal you a little bit, get you woken up, you have to go through a bevy of 16 or so enemy attacks.
I have to reach this, right?
Yeah.
Like, where am I running?
You're running
Yes.
I have to reach
But
this right here.
16
Okay, so you can
people
throw a thing at
who
me,
wanna kill
wake me
you
up.
are going in front of you and will just kill you again.
You have 30
I'll
seconds to make a
run.
decision.
I'm picking up
Just
Chileno
throw
and I'm
the-
getting in the.
All right,
I'm getting
you
in
get
the.
Chileno,
What the fuck?
You jump in the hole.
I'm
and
sorry,
that is that.
Jacob, but I can't
So
figure out a way
Tanya-
that you would survive.
Tanya and Wallace have escaped with Kileno. However, Kileno is still dying. As you jump and land in the boat, I'm just gonna make one more quick dying check for Kileno. All right, Kileno succeeds. So I would say, along with the help of the other people, you're able to stabilize Kileno. And as you jump in the boat, a few arrows plink into the water next to you, as you hear one of the squires yell, "Quick, keep this one alive! We'll throw him with the others." So, Mitch, you are the recipient of a lay on hands from this oathbound squire.
You're alive.
As you
I am so
as
livid
you
right
regain
now.
6 hit points.
I'm not happy.
However,
I'm not happy about being alive.
you are immediately bound, and a sack is pulled over your head.
This
You
is
don't
the-
know
Oh,
where you're
yay.
being brought.
This is the beginning of Mitch's villain arc.
I mean, honestly,
You
I
started
was
by
abandoned
screaming
by
at the
my team.
sacks.
I was abandoned by my team that I had only been with for like 10 minutes and was saved by the enemy.
So, you've got a total of 8 sacks of food, 800 servings of food. Meaning that with your
Also, I
approximately
can-
25 people that you need to feed every day, you've got a very limited survival time frame.
Also, I can use mind reading to figure out where they're going.
Perhaps, but not right now because that's the end of the session.
Well, that is true. In the next episode of Mitch gets fucking betrayed by his allies.
However,
We did-
I do want to clarify, you've been imprisoned, not killed.
I have been
So
imprisoned,
Mitch
not
is not
killed.
gone. There may be a
I've
chance
still been
to
betrayed
get
by
him
my
back
allies.
upright.
It was not a betrayal. It was a.
It was a betrayal.
It was a tactical
You picked-
retreat.
You picked a literal NPC. You didn't know I was gonna survive. You expected me to die.
So
You
I'm not
wanted
even
me
gonna.
to
I'm not even gonna ask how Mitch is doing because I already know. Wallace, how are you
yelling
feeling?
in the back of their fucking car? Those motherfuckers!
Wallace, how are you feeling?
Wallace is now sitting in the boat. Our armor soaked. Head in his hand, saying, "I abandoned him. What kind of a knight am I if I close doors rather than open them? Who am I to throw away the lock and key?"
Tanya, how are you feeling?
She feels bad, but she can't think of another way she could have gone about it. With Wallace literally abandoning the field. She's not gonna contribute to his self-pity spiral, but she doesn't exactly disagree.
All right, so that's that. Yeah, that is.
You let him,
that's
Cam!
that.
Ask how Mitch is doing! I dare you!
I already
double
know.
dare you, motherfucker!
All right, how's Mitch feeling?
He's fucking pissed!
I'm choosing to rationalize this by saying him screaming at the sacks is what got us caught so early.
Oh yeah, it totally is. So, and how are we all feeling as players?
What are you totally... Wait, hold on a second!
I feel bad. I feel bad.
I feel bad. I legitimately did not see any other way.
Yeah, legitimately.
You couldn't throw the potion in my
I
face!
didn't have
But
any
I
potions.
couldn't have because the number of attacks that we would have endured, all three of us would have perished.
Look, you made a noble sacrifice, and you will be honored.
And he is still alive.
You
we're
are.
going
We
off-
don't know
we're
this,
going
but you
off,
are technically alive.
Actually, no, you do know this because they did. You did,
Oh.
Tanya. You did hear them say, "Keep that one alive." So
See, I know that we didn't abandon you to your death, just imprisonment, which might be worse. But
theoretically, we're going off
I
of we
could
may
end
or
up-
may not be going off of Left 4 Dead rules here, where you might find him eventually and be able to free him.
I
See?
could end up being fucking human trafficked for all we goddamn know. I mean,
We want to give a special shout out to Jane Meyer. Thank you so much for your support on Buy Me a Coffee, Jane. It really means the world and helps make this show possible.